Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm making a traditional Sri Lankan breakfast. It is called Kadalai, and it is traditionally enjoyed at breakfast time. It's a chickpea breakfast, and it's normally served with a rice flour cake that has some shredded coconut in the mix. I'm really excited to try this recipe in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! I've soaked 1 cup of chickpeas overnight and we've rinsed them, and now I'm gonna boil them. And I've added a little bit of salt to the water. Now I'm going to dice up half of a red onion. I'm microplaning 2 cloves of garlic now. I've washed this ginger and I'm peeling it with a spoon. I'm microplaning the ginger and we'll want 1 teaspoon's worth. And here's our ginger and garlic paste. Here we have a teaspoon of white mustard seed, a half a teaspoon of cumin seed, 2 dried red chillies, and a teaspoon of curry leaves. We have our curry powder, turmeric, salt, and pepper. For my personal twist on things, I'm using juice of 1 lime. Add some high smoke point oil to the pan. I'm adding the diced onions and I'm adding the whole spices. Get it nice and fragrant. Our chickpeas have been cooking for an hour and they're done, so we'll drain the water. The onions are softening up and starting to brown. So now we're adding the cooked chickpeas. Mix it all up. Make sure your heat is set to low. Now we'll add the curry, turmeric, salt, and pepper. Mix it all up evenly. Now we're adding the juice from 1 lime. We're starting to deglaze the pan. We'll need some water set aside for deglazing. And all those beautiful spices are going to be nicely infused. Add the ginger and garlic paste, break it up, and mix it in. Now I'm going to make my own simplified puttu. I do not have a puttu maker, but I'm working with what I got. It's a rice flour coconut shred cake. I'm adding 1 cup of rice flour to this bowl, a couple of pinches of salt, and 1/3 cup's worth of water. Mix it up with your fingers. You will see a crumbly texture starting to form. Continue to break up the chunks. So I got 2 jars here. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of our shredded coconut to the bottom, adding in our rice flour mixture, another layer of a couple of tablespoons of our shredded coconut, the rice flour mixture, and then another final layer of shredded coconut. We have some boiling water here, so we'll place our filled jars in. And we're covering it and cooking it until it seems like it's done. Since we do not have the Puttu maker, it may take a little more time, so I'm gonna give it 20 minutes. I'm chopping up some dill, and this will be for my personal finishing touch. Now it's time to plate everything. Because I was working with a tight time frame, I forgot to oil the jars, so our Puttu turned out a little different than it should. It's still gonna taste good though. It's that time again, everyone. I get to try our delicious Kadalai, our Sri Lankan chickpea breakfast. I made my own version of the Puttu because I don't have the exact cooking vessel for it, so I made it like a makeshift version of it just to give it that effect so we can taste it in combination. So let's see how it turned out. Gotta love it. I'm really happy with my personal touch as well with the lime and the dill. It's certainly a nice change from cereal or toast. Mix things up a bit. Try this for your breakfast. I'm sure this dish is also enjoyed in the surrounding areas, other countries, close to Sri Lanka, of course. Food doesn't really have strict borders. From region to region, there may be some differences. So there you have it, everyone. Another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's gonna be a new video popping up every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, so you don't wanna miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.